Hello again, folks, and welcome to Hargaden Field at Loyola Blakefield for our coverage of opening day lacrosse. It's a highly anticipated matchup as the Loyola Dons take on number 6 ranked Hill Academy in today's matchup. I'm Hayden Young alongside Zach Bollinger bringing you today's broadcast. The temperatures here are already bitter cold and expected to drop to 39 degrees today, just above freezing.
Both teams, however, have been in the exact same spot as they are today before, as last year they opened up on opening day together. Last year, quick recap, Hill Academy jumped off to a scorching 8-0 run to start off the game. However, the Dons would roar back, make it a close game, but were unable to finish the comeback, falling to the Hill Academy 14-12. Definitely looking to switch the momentum, get the early season victory. Before the game, I was able to keep up with Coach Rubior and get his take on the season and what he's looking forward to in this game. Let's take a listen to what he had to say. So, Coach, what's the difference between playing a game in 40-degree weather and playing a game in 80-degree weather?
Besides the temperature, I think playing in a little bit colder weather, I think, does two things. One, I think you got to move your feet early. One, to keep yourself warm, but also because you can be a little cold, so simple exchanges and passes, I think, can be thrown off a little bit. And you know, I think secondly, for those guys who are on the bench who might not be starting the game, is they got to figure out a way to keep themselves engaged mentally and physically, you know, warm enough that when their number's called, they're ready to play.
And last year, started off the year again against the Hill Academy. Tough loss last year. What are you looking to do differently this year to try to come out with the win?
Yeah, so last year's game, we started out slowly. I think really the change, I mean, they have a completely different team than last year, and so our changes are really focused on us, what we can do better. I think I thought we came out and we were intimidated last year, and once we realized that we could play with the guys, I thought we did play with them the entire game. So I think we just got to be a little bit sharper from the start, and be focused on making simple plays and making them well.
Last question. It's no secret this is your last year as Loyola's coach. So what are your goals for the season, hopes, desires?
Yeah, I think when players know that it's a coach's last season, I think the tendency can be to shift the focus away from what's important. And this is not about me. This is about the players, first and foremost. And also, I want our guys to simply focus on today. You know, I mean, we got a great group of seniors. It's their final year too, and I think that all of us kind of appreciate the time that we have together and really just focus on getting better each day.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And a big thanks to Coach Rubior for that. In addition to speaking with Coach Rubior, also had a chance to get the players' perspective and how this game is going to go and what the season is going to look like. Here's our clip of my talk with Liam Bateman prior to the game.
So, Liam, you've been on varsity lacrosse for all 4 years now. What's the difference between coming in as a freshman and now as a senior?
It's a lot different. So freshman year, I didn't really get as much playing time as I have right now. I was really able to learn from those guys freshman year, like Ryan Conrad, Alex Rosner, 2 years ago, Cole Williams, like guys that are all playing really well at the college level right now. So I think I was able to learn so much from them and like go more into a leadership role this year.
And with that leadership role, what's one matchup that you're looking forward to the most?
We go into every game thinking it's the most important. So obviously I'm really excited about today and our first opportunity to get on the field. But I mean, I always think of Calvert Hall and end of the season, last game. So that's really what I'm looking forward to.
Awesome. And besides yourself, of course, what are some key guys in this game especially?
I think our defense is definitely going to be have a big impact on the game today. Andrew Florenzo, he's a really great player, starting for us this year. Offensively, Alex Reed, Ryan Dunn, Alex Bresci, Connor Hume, they're all going to be big players for us today.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate it,
problem.
So definitely a lot to look forward to as both teams looking to start off the season on the right foot. We'll be right back with the start of the game here on LSN.
welcome back to our coverage as we're just about ready to begin face-off.
So the Loyola Dons coming into this game looking to take on a fresh start to the season. Had a pretty decent season last year, unable to get the championship. As the Dons are going to get possession of the ball to start off, had a wide open guy in the middle of the field, unable to find him. They get him. Finally, great save there.
That's a good beginning for Loyola. You know, they got the ball right in the middle, able to get a good look on goal. Unfortunately, not able to make it. But going back to what you said about Loyola's season last year, finished 8-8 overall, 6-4 in the MIAA, 2-4 in non-conference. Able to win the MIAA quarterfinal against St. Paul's, 9-4, but lost to rival Calvert Hall in the MIAA semifinal, which played at Johns Hopkins.
So here we go. The Hill Academy is going to get some air work going here, passing the ball around, looking for a good shot on goal. As we said before, it's very chilly out here. Definitely see how it impacts both teams. As they're going to, Hill Academy will strike first. That is a goal by number 79, Josh Zawada.
And it looked like on that goal there, Loyola's defense, maybe a bit of a miscommunication there. Looks like somebody didn't slide into the right position, allowed Hill's attack to go right in and scoop around the corner to get that goal. Cut a line, goal line extended, and just throw it right in there.
So now we're going to go right back to the face-off as Christian Tachetti for Loyola, looking to get possession back, try to get Loyola back on the board.
And like Coach Rubier said in that beginning interview, he said key to winning in this close is getting off to a good start, and obviously, scoring a goal for Hill Academy is not the exact start that they wanted.
So Hill's going to get the ball as we resume play here. We see Brighton Lorber in goal for the Dons. That's a big difference between different years. As the past 3 years, Jake Stout had been goalie for the Dons, moved on, graduated. Now the starting goalie for the Towson Tigers right down the road. So Brighton learning behind Stout for 2 years on varsity, and definitely looking to take all the teaching points and pick up right where Stout left off.
That's exactly what Liam Bateman said when I spoke to him earlier, when he talked about learning under guys like Ryan Conrad and Alex Rosner. Now those guys, certainly in the peak, both played for Team USA in some qualifying matchups. Mentors like that are hard to come by. And very fortunate for Loyola for some of these key guys to be able to learn under guys like that.
For sure. We see the Hill Academy very cautious playing style right now. They're really trying to just pass the ball around and find any way possible to get a good shot. They're not trying to force anything. They're not trying to put the pressure on Loyola. They're just passing the ball around the circle, and they're trying to see what kind of shots they can get. And so far they've capitalized with their going 1 for 2 on shots.
And when we talk about Hill Academy, we have to talk about their consistent high ranking on the national level. While they're a Canadian team, their schedule consists of playing U.S. teams as they're going to get a good shot on goal. Their schedule consists of playing United States teams. Last year, they finished 15-1 with their only loss to Culver Academy, which was last year's #1 team in the country. So that's a pretty good record for Hill Academy. They also managed to win the Geico High School Lacrosse Nationals against Georgetown Prep, 12-6, last May. And Georgetown Prep, obviously, still on the future schedule for the Dons.
So we got a turnover there. Mason Hoffman getting hit hard, losing control of the ball. So Hill Academy will get the ball, looking to add on to their 1-0 lead. So once again, we see the Hill Academy really spreading the ball out. They're not trying to really push inside immediately, not trying to force Loyola's defense in. They're really spreading them out. Almost like you said, they're forcing Loyola into making a little bit of a miscommunication anywhere they can, and then they're going to try to capitalize on that opportunity.
A poor passing there leads to a turnover, as Loyola's going to get the ball now. Give them a chance to work it up the field.
So we have Loyola sprinting up the field. That's going to be sophomore Parker Keeney. So Keeney definitely, you see the younger guys getting in the game early. Definitely a huge help for Loyola as they really got sort of a youth movement. Lost a lot of key seniors over the past 2 years. They're getting a lot of younger guys, who are looking up to the Liam Batemans, the Alex Reeds, who are going to, be stepping up in the next few years. So it's great to see them coming in and getting the opportunity while they're still eligible for a few years.
Certainly a big opportunity for Loyola seniors now to give some mentorship to the freshmen and sophomores and lead by example and prepare them to be the future leaders of Blakefield lacrosse.
So here we go. Liam Bateman, who we talked to earlier, looking to find anything out there. He's going to get the ball right off to Jack Korse, the sophomore, was on varsity last year. Korse takes a rip at it, unable to come down. Loyola will keep possession.
That's a good-looking shot there from Loyola. Leon delivered a good, crisp pass and was able to feed it to his guy to take a shot. And they get the ball back. So now it's another chance for the Dons to get a shot on goal.
So here we go. Liam's going to get the ball, presses out to Bresci. Alex Bresci committed to UNC. He's a junior. He's really got speed. He's one of the fastest players you'll ever see play. And it really shows on the field.
That's another shot by Loyola. Really good effort to get to sprint. Controversial call there by the referees. The fans not agreeing with that, but Loyola is going to maintain possession.
And that's really something that's really, looked at a lot in lacrosse as Loyola's a little sloppiness. Loyola's going to be able to keep it as Ryan Dunn will keep it.
Ryan Dunn headed to Richmond next year.
As we were saying before, the speed of Alex Bresci, you get the man in open field, he'll take it coast to coast. The man's got wheels. So having that advantage on the field can really get into a defender's head if he knows that he can't stop you. He can't keep up with you. We see right there as we have an absolutely incredible goal by Ryan Dunn. Picked it up behind the back. That is something, that's stuff you see on Sports Center.
How about that?
Wow. Now that was a goal. Ryan Dunn never ceases to amaze us. Every year comes out here, always one of the top scorers for the Dons. And already we're just a few minutes into the season and he's putting on a show.
That's really going to fire up Loyola as they equalize the game now 1-1. I can't get over that. I haven't seen many of those in my life.
That is definitely not something you see every game. There are some college professional lacrosse players who can't pull off a play like that. So definitely for Loyola, gosh, that's a momentum swinger.
Really good stick work there, but Hill Academy is able to get a good crisp attack.
So we got a ground ball here. No team can really pick up possession. Hill Academy will get possession. Matt Wright finally is able to get it, and now the ball's going to come right back out.
It's like Hill was running that long pole midi for the faceoff. Now he's staying in the game because neither team is able to get a good clean possession until now, and Hill gets a chance to go into the goal, and that's a clean 2-on-1 for Hill Academy, able to score. Just an effect of that, dirty faceoff. Neither team able to get a clean possession, especially with that long pole midi for Hill Academy, just led to that.
Definitely. So Bo Hunter will get the easy put-in goal. Really just laid it out there for him nicely. I mean, when it gets to that point, you do what you're supposed to. You catch it, put it in. Amazing play by them to get open, have the awareness to know, okay, if I get to the goal right now, I have a great opportunity. Yeah. So here we go as the Dons will look to get back even with the Hill Academy.
Face off again, look like, ooh.
So we're
after the face off, Loyola takes a big hit.
Okay, so Loyola will get the ball, look to capitalize. A little hit in the back action there. Not something you're allowed to do, especially that blatantly. So Loyola will maintain possession. Definitely trying to get the ball around.
Looking for another equalizer. keep them in the game. And their mistake last year when they played Hill in opening day was they allowed Hill to get to a quick early start. They were able to get 8-0 early in the game, and that's what really prevented them from coming back and winning the game, was the almost insurmountable lead at the beginning.
And as Coach Rubio said, the biggest effect for Loyola in that game was they played scared to start. They're thinking, whoa, Hill Academy, that's a pretty good team, as we have the Dons unable to capitalize on that opportunity, but they will keep possession. Connor Hume trying to pull a quick one there.
It looked like a good shot. He had, a tighter angle would have been preferable, but he had a good look, just not able to execute.
Yeah. So here comes Robbie Olson, makes his man fall, unable to get the shot to fall, however.
Robbie Olson's certainly going to be one of the team leaders. He's headed to Penn next year.
Been committed since freshman year, as we have a nice snag there. Ground ball pickup by Zach Kearney. As we were saying earlier, the Dons, they played scared, as Coach Rubio said, coming in last year. And then as soon as they got that first goal, that first goal is huge for any team, especially in a season opener, because now you're thinking, okay, we can play with these boys. Yeah. And they did it. For the rest of the game, they actually outscored the Hill Academy 12-6.
Right. And unfortunately, when you let up 8 goals at the beginning of the game, I don't think, no matter how good team you are, I don't think you're going to be able to come back very often from that. But Loyola did, they put up a good fight. Maybe if there's a little bit more time left on the clock, we'd be telling a different story, but not the case.
Definitely. So here, as the Hill Academy, it's
really pick and roll action there, but even better defensive play from Loyola, as now the long pole is going to take it up.
That Ben Ward with the incredible strip, and then tough pass.
Passing there just really killed the momentum of Loyola's fast break.
An inadvertent whistle is the call, so definitely not meant to do it. Black will keep the ball. So as the Hill will take over with 3 minutes and 7 seconds left, definitely a lot closer game than before. Definitely a lot more higher contested game from the start. And that game too, Ryan Dunn able to get a hat trick. Probably looking for another one of those.
I think especially it's going to be a different story today, because Loyola is playing with emotion. They're playing with more, hey, I want to get revenge there. But that's not going to work, as Hill Academy is going to be able
Dyson Williams with the quick goal, putting the Hill up 3-1 with 2:45 to go in the first quarter. So something like that, you're going to really have to bounce back if you're Loyola. You're looking to, keep it within a reasonable lead. You can't back down at this point. You're too far in. You got to go for it. You can't play passive. You can't try to change up the game plan too much. What you're doing is working as we go in for the face-off. Loyola's really been dominating the face-off, unable to sometimes get the ground balls. We see the speed of Alex Bresci in full effect as he is outracing everyone. And then it's going to dish it off at the last second to Connor Hume.
He's able to just blow by him with one hand on the stick, able to dish it off. Really not looking for a fast break, but
as Liam Bateman hits pipe, we're going to go right back down, and unable to get that one to fall as well for Alec Sarasol.
The story so far too is unable to put it in the net. Loyola's had a pretty good. They're pretty good fair share of shots, but just not able to execute.
That was Alex Bresci on the missed shot there at the end, as they're going to get another
good
great
save by Hill
defensive play. So Brett Dobson for Hill Academy, he's really had a pretty good game so far. He's had 4 or 5 saves that have definitely had goal written all over them. As we have Ryan Dunn does it again. Wow. Coming out of nowhere. You heard the ball hit the pipe. That is how close it was. Yeah. That's seamstress-like. That is, know where you want to put it. and putting it there. So great shot by Dunn, but you also have to think about how it was set up by Bresci, by Bateman, by those guys that really pushed the ball down there and were able to get quality shots. And, you know, keeping their names in the back of the goalkeeper's head, you know, he had to probably come out a little bit on the goal more than he maybe would usually because he knows, you know, quick pass and those guys are in sniping range.
Yeah. Now the face-off here. They're going to give possession to Hill, as Loyola looked like they jumped a little bit early on that face-off.
Definitely huge, though, however, for Kristen Tichetti, who's really, for Loyola, the face-off guy. You know, it's been really a revolving door the past few years. We've had Michael Del Bene, all these guys, Jack Gelati, and even Will Corus coming back to play his senior year, you know, high ankle sprain a week ago. You know, that's a guy you want out there doing your face-offs. But Christian's really been doing a great job. He's pretty much won every face-off. That's the first one that he's lost. The other ones he might not get the ball, but he's been taking control.
That's a really good spin move there by Billy Coyle of Hill, able to just blow by Loyola's defense. And now it looks like they're trying to set up a set piece that they've certainly worked on in practice, but just not able to execute as it goes a little bit high over the goal. But Hill is going to maintain possession, trying to work something out.
So here Bo Hunter passes it out. They're going to pass it around the horn.
Trying to take as much time as they can off the clock, get one shot, or a couple good shots if they can before the end of the quarter. Just maintain possession. Don't do anything stupid. Keep possession in your hands. Take it down to the very last second. Go into the second quarter with a one, hopefully 2-goal lead for Hill.
Matt Stuckey is going to pass it off behind the net to Josh Zawada, who had the goal earlier. We're going to get right back out in sniping range. However, he's not going to get it.
But he tried to shoot before he had complete possession of the ball.
They're going to pass, you know, a little sloppy there.
Now it looks like Loyola is about 9 seconds left on the clock. I don't think they're going to do anything. Just keep it before the period ends. Maybe get one shot before the.
So they're just going to have to let her rip. They're unable to get a shot off.
And it looks like there was a penalty flag thrown right at the end of the quarter. I'm not sure if they're going to address that.
So the Dons
It's going to be a penalty on Hill for slashing. So Loyola is going to start a man up in the second quarter, I believe.
So that's, you know, big. You know, you'd prefer for the Dons to get a better shot off at the end. You know, sloppy passing on the back end led to no possibility on the front end for a goal. You understand that happens. But really a big defensive possession for the Dons, as, you know, if Hill goes up 4-2 going in the second quarter, you know, that can, you know, open, you know, the shorter the distance between you and the Hill are, the better shot you have, because this is a good team. You give them any sign of weakness, they will come at you. So great job by Loyola, keeping it close, giving them an opportunity.
And they knew that that's what Hill was trying to do, was to waste out the clock, you know, shoot it 5 seconds before. It was a good defensive job by Loyola to stop it. You know, fortunately, they weren't able to get it back up for a counterattack. But, you know, you're only down by one. Still plenty of time. Still only in the second quarter. We'll see what happens.
For sure, we have a a great game so far on our hands. You know, not as high scoring as last year, obviously.
Certainly a lot closer, though.
Certainly. So we're going to start off here. Both sides will switch sides. So now the Dons facing the school will try to put up a bigger number, as will the Hill Academy. So as we start the second quarter, I've noticed that Brent Lurwer, you know, as Loyola will start with possession due to that
penalty. Right at the end, the slash right at the end of the first quarter.
So that is big.
This is an opportunity for Loyola to capitalize, equalize the game, make it 3-3. Set everything back to even.
But here you see, maybe this is the advantage of being from Ontario. Brenton Lorber, the goalie for Loyola, he's trying to play this game in shorts, as we have Brett Dobson playing for Hill, their goalkeepers, playing in sweatpants. Used to the cold. Maybe knows a little bit of stuff that Brighton doesn't. As Loyola will turn the ball over, Hill will take over.
The cause of that turnover was defender stepped over the midfield line for Loyola, giving Hill possession, which they already had at that point, but just allow them to move down the field.
So they're really going to slow it up. We've noticed that the Hill Academy has not really been a running gun team. They're not a team that's running back and forth on you, looking for every opportunity to score. They've really been, slow it down, get the ball up there, slow it down, look for a shot. Quality over quantity when it comes to shots.
Yeah.
As Billy
Teams
Coyle.
even, and another penalty flag thrown. The goal is going to be good, but the penalty will be enforced. So Hill now up 4-2.
Billy Coyle coming around, using a little bit of that speed, finding the edge, and able to put a left-handed goal in.
That is going to be a penalty on Loyola. On Jack Corus, he's going to be out for 1 minute. So Hill now up by 2 goals, also up by a man in the start of the second quarter.
So we're going to get right back to the face-off. This is the first one we'll have in the second quarter.
Excuse me, the penalty was on Grady Kuhn, not Jack Corus. I apologize.
So we're going to start off with another face-off. As they're going to fight for this one. And Loyola will win there.
Long pole face-off man subs out as Loyola has their chance for a fast break. Liam Bateman running down the field, passes it
to Ryan Dunn, who's unable to capitalize on that opportunity.
Tried to take the shot before he had complete possession.
And that's got to be a little disappointing for Loyola, because the game Dunn's having. If he gets his hands on that ball.
Yeah. They had a good opportunity. It was a fast break. It was a 3-on-2. Liam had a good pass to Dunn, but just unable to capitalize.
Bateman looked like he was going to try to take a left-handed shot there. He's going to break around the defender. And here we have a flag coming down. It will be on the Hill Academy. Alex Bresci able to force the penalty, being a little scrappy down there. So definitely huge. Loyola will potentially have a man up if they're unable to capitalize and score.
Now Loyola trying to work things around here, set up a working piece, see if they can do what they've done 1,000 times in practice. A good move there, unable to capitalize, and Loyola's looking for a penalty, and they will
get them. As
so
that was a
penalties called.
That was a brutal hit, and then we have. They're going to hit the stick off the little check there. Very good defensive play there by number 71, Zach Deacon.
So that stops the clock, or that stopped possession. So now Hill is going to be down 2. Down 2 players. Loyola has this opportunity. They have to capitalize on this opportunity. Down 2 goals.
This is a major opportunity
to not only make it a 3-4 game, but possibly a 4-4 game and tie it up.
So here they will start with the ball up top in the hands of Liam Bateman. Liam telling the guys, spread out. Looks like maybe we're going to try something, a little ISO. Looks as if the Hill's in some sort of zone.
Looks like they're in a box formation, a 2-2. It's a standard 2 men down formation. Just let Loyola work everything around outside. That's not the priority. Priority is inside. Fill the box. Don't let anything go in the middle. Allow them to keep the sticks up. Allow them to pass it around outside, because they don't think Loyola's going to be able to shoot from that far. Keep everything inside. Sticks up. Fill the box.
So as we get the ball to Alex Reed, really someone we haven't talked about much, was all MIAA last year. He's really been a huge player for the Dons since freshman year. Was along with Liam on varsity as a freshman. Robbie Olson, and Liam Bateman. So really someone that they're relying on to kind of take over, as we're going to hit 30 seconds into this two-man up situation for the Dons. Definitely want to capitalize on this.
It looks like the box defense is working pretty well. Loyola takes a shot again high, but they're going to maintain possession. So and this is a good opportunity for like keep taking shots, because Hill is not going to run behind the goal to go and get the deflected shot or the missed shot, because they want to stay in their formation just in case something else happens. So let's take as many shots as you can. Another missed opportunity there. Bounced a little bit right of the goal. But Loyola again maintaining possession, trying to get another stop.
So Jack Course.
That time he shoots it right at the goalkeeper, not the shot he really wanted.
And that's even bigger, because as the save was made, the Hill Academy was able to get their guys back, and now they're going to rip it right by Brightlore. Ian Mussington with the quick goal, 5-2 Hill Academy. Wow, that is a shot in the gut.
And that goal was allowed to happen,
Blakefield,
because I don't think Loyola was prepared for the two men coming back on. And as the ball was coming out from Hill's side, from the goalie, Loyola's defense wasn't able to adequately respond to the two new guys coming onto the field and allowed them to get the fast break and score the easy goal.
You know, I was told we're out here calling a spring sports game. It is snowing out here at the moment. Not usually something we see. We're used to wearing flip-flops and shorts calling these lacrosse games, but not the case here, as we have snow. You're in mittens over here.
I started to put my gloves on. It's getting cold out here. Well, it always was cold, and now it's snowing.
So Alex Bresci's going to get the ball, show off a little bit of that speed, gets it down to Ryan Dunn. Alex Bresci looked like he peeled off a little there, but unable to get the ball in his hands. So passing around, they're going to get right back behind. Back to Connor Hume.
Work it around.
Bresci gets it back up. So here the Dons are really, they haven't been, now they're looking to get it inside, back up, right to Robbie Olson. As we said earlier, going to Penn.
Defended well. And he takes a low shot, but it's wide left. Loyola is going to keep possession, though.
So now the Dons will have possession, as you said earlier, and we're going to come up looking for anything. So I get to number 40, Ryan Lancaster, the sophomore.
Oh, a chance to work it around again. Shoots before he has it. But it's going to be a penalty called on Hill for pushing the back, so Loyola's going to keep possession.
Yeah, Chase Llewellyn looked like he had an opportunity there. Definitely the push in the back, altered that shot, unable to get that goal, but also probably a good little violation there by the Hill Academy. You're keeping alive, you're pushing him, you're saying, I'm not going to allow you to get this goal.
Certainly
but
set the tone, keep it physical. There's nothing wrong with that.
So Alex
playing a
Reed,
physical game, really setting the tone. Like Loyola play to your standards, to play how you want them to play. And Hill has done a very good job of preventing Loyola's attack from coming across goal line extended and getting a shot on goal from there. They're playing very good physical defense.
So they're going to reset up top. Alex Bresci, very easy to spot on the field. Always has his left leg taped, as he did during football season. Get the ball up, and another great save.
Yeah. That shot was right in his stick, though. As Liam wish he could have that shot back. So now Hill having another fast break. They're going to slow it down, though.
Really something we haven't touched on much is how great of a game Dobson's having, the goalkeeper for the Hill Academy. Really,
he's a few clutch good saves.
Yeah. If it weren't for two, threat the needle shots by Ryan Dunn, this could easily still be a 5-0 game, and definitely two men down. That's tough on a goalie, and for him to be able to get two key saves during that, definitely something the Hill Academy's got to be happy about. So we got a play call coming in from the sideline.
Merrill, who certainly has his fair share of accolades for Hill Academy. I mean, this guy has done it all. He plays in the National Lacrosse League for the Toronto Rock and in the Major League Lacrosse for the Boston Cannons, among numerous accolades in college as well.
Certainly. We got two very accomplished head coaches on the lacrosse field.
Coach Rubio for the Dons was named Coach of the Year in 2015 for all the work he's done.
And even, as a player, Coach Rubio came out of high school when he attended Loyola as the #1 player in the nation, as we have a timeout here. But, Coach Rubio comes out of #1 in the nation, goes to Virginia, and goes to compete for a national title. Not much more you can ask for that.
Loyola's had their fair share of #1 players in the country with Steele Stanwyck and Ryan Conrad.
Yeah, Ryan Conrad graduated in 15 as well, went to Virginia. Yeah. So a little gateway there for the Dons, top players going to Virginia. This year we don't have anyone really venturing out too far, going to the high division. A lot of guys going to Towson, Maryland, Loyola down the road.
Richmond, yeah. It's still staying in the local Eastern, but that's lacrosse.
That's exactly.
You're never going to go to southern Texas to find a lacrosse. Yeah. Lacrosse staying that East Coast, a couple things
Alex
in
Sarasoli,
Denver and
one of the
California.
One of the exceptions to the class, Alex Sarasoli, not going too far, but is going to be attending and playing for the Ohio State University.
One thing I've noticed, though, is lacrosse is gaining more and more attention on the national level, while the MLL and NLL are certainly not at the level of the big three of basketball, football, and baseball. It's gaining popularity.
So we're going to get back underway here after that timeout, and Loyola going right back to the strategy of trying to find little creases in the Hill Academy, passing around. And both teams, they've had their aggressive moments, but for the most part, they're really backing off as Alex Bresci's going to go right off, try to use that speed. And boom, there you go. Liam Bateman with the goal to make it a 5-3 Hill Academy lead. Cuts that lead down to 2 with 4:29 remaining in the first half.
And before, Liam had that exact same shot where it was saved by the keeper for Hill, but it was shot right at him. This time had the same spot, same opportunity, shot it low, able to get the goal for the Dons.
So here, Christian Taschetti coming right back out for the face-off. Really has an opportunity here if he gets the ball back for the Dons to try and capitalize, get this lead even closer. That's the great thing about lacrosse is within a few minutes you can get the ball back. Boom, 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 boom. As the Hill Academy will get the ball back. James Turco coming in for the first time as with the fungo. So one thing I love about the lacrosse is they use the Fogo stick for face-offs, and Fogo is actually short for face-off, get-off, which means you have one job. You win the face-off, and then you bust your butt and get to the sideline.
Allow your offensive guys to get on there, allow your playmakers to get on, get something going. So here Hill working it around, trying to repeat their success and get another goal on the scoreboard. As they bust the move past Loyola's defender. Good pass. As Hill's able to get another goal.
Dyson Williams again. Now that there, it's just a little bit of, you can call it luck for Hill Academy, unlucky for the Dons. That actually wasn't the guy he was supposed to be passing to. He actually missed his target, hit off the guy's stick, and just landed perfectly into Dyson Williams' hands.
A bit of luck for Hill there. But, Loyola also had their little lucky shot for their first goal.
Oh, of course. Goes both ways. So here we got the face-off going. Taschetti is fighting for it, and the Hill Academy
So it looks like they found Taschetti's number. As Hill's going to be able to get a fast break and move it down the field quickly. takes a shot, but it came right out behind of him.
Now, it's interesting that you say that. Lucas Snyder, number 10 for the Hill Academy, was doing face-offs to begin the game and for the first quarter. However, he lost a lot of the face-off, the majority. Then they bring in number 16, James Turco, and he's 2 for 2 in the so maybe different styles.
A good coaching movement from Coach Merrill to be able to recognize that and put his other guy in who's had success.
Yeah, you know, it could be anything. It could be maybe the one guy you notice is losing a little confidence. It could be one guy, he's got a different style, different technique. He, you know, maybe he's not as strong when he gets into a wrestling battle, but he's really quick off the ball. So it's different things. You know, they noticed something, they made a switch, and that's, you know, it's worked out. They've gotten the ball back on there when they're supposed to.
So while this timeout's being taken, I'm sure Loyola, Coach Ruber is saying to his guys, so you're down by 3 minutes left. Get 1 or 2 goals to finish that. Well, they're saying hopefully 3, but get a couple goals before the end of the half, cut into the lead, and then when quarter 3 begins, set the tone, come off strong. And that they were able to do that last year in the second half. They dominated in the second half. And if it weren't for that 8-0 lead, they probably would have won that game. And this time, they're only down by 3. They're not down by 8. So maybe in the second half, they'll start picking it, and in these last 3 minutes, they'll start picking it up and get a few more goals on the board.
What we mentioned time and time again last year in our broadcast were Loyola's a second half team, and they were last year, and we'll see what they're like this year. But they would go in. We would always say at the beginning, if the Dons can keep you within 2 or 3 goals, watch out. And then we saw the Dons kind of lose a little something in the first half. You know, the games where it was close, they'd come back and win by 2 or 3 goals. Then we saw against the Hill Academy, against Calvert Hall, when they're down 6 or 7 goals at half, and then they come back and they tie it. And they do this. You know, they fell short in both those games, but, you know, just the intensity that they're able to match in the second half last year was incredible. So we're going to see if they're able to do the same this year. Hill Academy really passing the ball around as they're going to get it right down to Lucas Snyder, trying to make something happen. He comes around.
Look at a juke move. Good pass. Takes a shot, but it's going to be high and left. But Hill is going to maintain possession.
Dyson Williams looking for number 3 on the day, unable to get it, but he will have another opportunity as we start another
cut
possession.
Around the right side of goal line extended. Feed it to his guy up top. Takes a shot. And that's going to be a goal sliding right under the legs of Brighton Lorber. Certainly beating himself up for that one. He knows he should have had that. So that is going to extend Hill's lead to 4, 7-3. The opposite of what Loyola wanted to do in these last 3 minutes of the second quarter.
So Lucas Snyder's able to capitalize on that one. We're going to head right off back to the face-off, see if maybe Christian Toschetti had a little bit of coaching points given to him on the sideline, different ways, tries different technique, anything to try to get the ball back, try to beat the guy across from him and get the Dons the ability to score.
So it's going to be able to come back around. Loyola is going to get possession on the face-off. Get a chance for them to cut into the lead.
So Jack Chorus, we saw pick that one up. Bateman will go back to Chorus.
Swing it around, work it around. Get them a way to get figure out a way to get a set piece that they've worked on. Go with what they know. Get a shot off, get a goal before halftime.
So Alex Bresci gonna come storming around, looking for a shot. Backs off over to Bateman, gets it to Dunn.
Dunn takes a little spin move, creates some space. Not taking a shot though. Feeds it back to Bateman.
Over to Alex Reed. He's looking to make something happen. Falls. Quick little juke, gets both defenders to fall for it, but then another great save by Dobson.
Looks like his tripping was able to almost allow him to get past his 2 defenders, but not able to get his shot inside the net.
So now the Hill Academy looking to capitalize with 50 seconds left on the clock, trying to get that lead up to 5. Definitely something the Dons cannot afford to do if they want an easy easier path to victory in the second half.
In the last few seconds of the first quarter, Loyola was able to get a stop against Hill's meditated attack. As Hill takes a shot, maintains possession.
Matt Stuckey unable to get it, so we're going to have another timeout with just over 27 seconds to go in the first half.
Hill certainly talking about, let's get a set piece going, let's get a move, free your guys some space, get a shot on goal. Loyola definitely saying the opposite of, let's get a stop. Doesn't necessarily need to feed it up and get a fast break all the way, but just get a stop, prevent Hill from increasing their lead any further.
Yeah, of course, obviously, as you said, dream scenario, get a stop here, save, steal, turnover, whatever. Go down, score before, make it a 3-goal lead again, you know, really take it down, because 3's a whole lot easier to come back from than being down 5. So this is a huge possession in the game. There's definitely still time. You know, we have a whole half left. This is definitely something that we could look back at in the fourth quarter and say, you know, if they'd only scored that goal, if they'd only made that stop, if they'd only, you know, gotten a fast break possession. You know, this is one of those moments that you really look for as a coach, you know, as a player. You're like, these are the game-defining moments. 27 seconds left. Hill's looking to go up by 5. Loyola's looking to keep it 4, potentially get it down to 3. So we'll see what happens as the Hill Academy will take the ball out.
He's going to make a little juke move, work it back around, feed it to the guy on the right side, work it back up top. Really working it around. 12 seconds left. Time is of the essence as they're going to make one last push for the goal.
So
Some
that's going to be
space
Coyle
open, frees the guy
over.
around the side.
They're able to get as Carter Brand is able to get it in the goal. Huge goal there for the Hill Academy.
That's certainly something that they drew up on the chalkboard during the timeout, was to free up their guy in the middle, work him around, work him back around goal line extended, free him up, pass it, do a little dump in shot for the goal.
So right here, really, if you're Loyola, you're just trying to get anything to happen, you know, quick face-off. But, you know, both sides know that this is hard to do. You're just hoping for, you know, penalty, anything. But as both sides are wrestling for the ball, it doesn't look like either side is going to get anything off. So we will go into halftime with the Hill Academy leading 8-3. We will be right back with the start of the second half right here on LSN.
the beginning of the second half with about a minute left until the next face-off. As a recap, the Hill is up 8-3 against the Dons. They've been in the lead pretty much the entire game except for a few equalizers. It was 1-1 and 2-2 at some point. But Hill has really been in control for most of the game. Similar to how it was last year when they were up 8-0 for most of the game. Loyola was in the second half. Loyola was able to stage almost a bit of a comeback. Fell just short. It's going to be interesting to see, and we'll have to see if Loyola can do the same. You know, they're only down 5, not 8. So we'll be curious to see if they can mount a comeback and beat Hill Academy.
Yeah, definitely, and definitely big for the Dons to get the ball early and be able to keep possession. You know, something that they really struggled with early on was they weren't able to, when they got the ball, they were, you know, obviously some great saves by goalkeeper Dobson for the Hill Academy. As Alex Bresci showing off the wheels here, coming out of nowhere to get that one. Going to slow it up a little. Gets the ball right over to Alex Reed.
Loyola's certainly coming out more aggressive than they were in the first half, and that's necessary as they're down 5.
Yeah. So right over to Hume, who goes back to Chorus, kicks it over to Liam Bateman. Thought about taking a rip, thought better.
Really good interception there by Hill's defense.
Here he goes. Hill Academy will take the ball down. Zachary Young passing it off. So coming around, Hill looking for an opportunity to extend the lead. Gets the ball over to Owen Hill.
That was a crucial interception from Hill Academy on Loyola's opening opportunity. That really, it cut their momentum. They wanted to come out at the beginning of the half and get a goal on the board, cut down on the lead. But Hill was able to stop that and to transition it into an opportunity for themselves.
So Hill, not wasting time, but they're definitely not going to be as aggressive. They know they have time to kill. So we got an opportunity for a shot there. Snyder looked like he was going to take 2 shots there, thought better, backs off.
The problem with you're up 5, the good problem that Hill has is a problem, but it's almost a beneficial problem. Is that if you become too complacent, you leave an opportunity to become too complacent and to allow Loyola to creep up back on you, almost like what the Jaguars did with the Steelers in the AFC the AFC playoff, where the Steelers were up. The Jacksonville was up, and they thought they could play comfortably, and they just allowed a comeback to happen.
Yeah, so definitely as Coyle makes a move there, he's going to kick it right back up and is able to get it. Bo Hunter with the score, 9-3. Definitely not the best start to the half for Loyola. Definitely want something better than that. But you got to give it to the Hill Academy. A key interception followed by patient offense and then capitalizing. Bo Hunter gets the goal, 2nd of the day. So here we're going to go right back over to the face-off where we will see the Dons trying to crawl back into this one.
I think I confused the Steelers with the Patriots on that metaphor earlier. I meant to say the Jaguars versus the Patriots, not the Steelers.
So now Bo Hunter, they're going to pass it around over to Williams, over to Brand, back to Williams, back to Hunter. Really the ball movement here is pretty incredible.
It's all, Loyola is down 6, and it's to the point where another goal for Hill is where it's almost getting out of hand for Loyola to mount a comeback. Loyola, this is a crucial point in the game where Loyola needs to prevent a stop and get one of their own to stay in the game. There's still plenty of time left, obviously, but it's times like these where it becomes crucial to stop and score.
So great save by Brighton Lorber. Didn't really matter, however, since he was in the crease at the time of the shot. So Loyola ball, Parker Keeney is going to toss it right over to Alex Reed. Looked like he was maybe going to take a charge at the goal, decides better of it. Gets over to Robbie Olson.
So Loyola has done the stop part. Now they just need to execute on the score part, which has been a problem for them all day really today. Is they've had, probably
numerous
about 15
opportunities,
good shots, good shot opportunities, and only able to execute on 3 of them.
So the Dons are going to scorch in Ryan Lancaster. I'll pass it off to Reed. Gets it over to Ryan Dunn. Definitely so far the MVP for the Dons, and he is unable to capitalize on that one. Another opportunity for Dunn, looking for the hat trick.
He took a big hit there. That's obviously what caused him to miss that. He took a really big hit.
Another missed opportunity for the Dons as they're unable to get that one to fall. Another guy streaking across the middle. You think that you're able to get something, as we're going to, and that is going to be out of bounds.
So they're going to say White was out of bounds, or Loyola was out of bounds when they played the ball. So Hill is going to get possession.
See, on that one, although Hill Academy did touch the ball when it was out of bounds, so you would assume that it would be Loyola ball. It's because the Loyola player continued to play while he himself was out of bounds. You're not allowed to do that. You have to be in the field of play to make a play on the ball. So he's going to, give Hill Academy a ball. Definitely, good tactic, try to get something there, but officials caught him doing what he wasn't supposed to be doing.
So now Hill working it around like they've been doing for the first few minutes of this quarter, just working it around, seeing if they can get a shot. They have managed to get one from this sort of working it around, chink in the armor type offense. Going to be interesting to see if they can do that again. If they get a shot on goal, but it's a really good save by Brighton Lorber.
And Loyola's going to get possession of the ball. Ooh.
They're going to stop the fast break as soon as it begins, though, and make Loyola start back from goal line extended.
So Loyola has, however, actually made a goalie change. Brighton Lorber is no longer in the game. Senior Curl Price taking over was the one who made a couple good saves over there. So another coaching change. We saw the Hill Academy make a crucial one with the face-offs. Now I see the Dons make one in the goal, with their goalie. So they're going to get it over. Jack Kors passes it back to Liam Bateman. Don's really stalling. We have a little attempt at a hidden ball trick. Hill sideline calls it out immediately.
Loyola definitely has an advantage in that opportunity of switching their goalkeepers. Certainly, definitely a lot more versatile. If one guy's not getting the job done or is having a bad day, then the next guy can step in and try his hand. And he's had 2 really good saves so far. He's let one in, but he's had a few good saves. That's going to be a trip from Hill Academy. So that penalty is going to be enforced at the next stop of the game.
So Curl Price getting in the game, definitely, trying to get the momentum shifts. Brighton Lorber allowing 9 goals. Definitely wasn't the start he had anticipated to the season. But next man up. This is a big game for Loyola. Definitely want to try to capitalize on getting some momentum. But it's also, at the same time, it's not an in-conference game. So you have the ability, as we have a stoppage in play.
Now, Loyola has this man-up opportunity. It's an issue on the game clock causing the stoppage of play. But Loyola does have this opportunity. They're man-up. Opportunity for them to cut into the lead, make it 9-4. a little late to when they wanted to be starting, cutting into this lead. But, you know, there's no time like the present.
So we have a little miscommunication going on as we're going to get the game clock started back up. You know, some time ran off that wasn't really supposed to. So Don's going man up with 5:20 left in the third quarter. Passing it around. Gets it over to Ryan Dunn. Looked like he wanted to take a shot. Go find Robbie Olson. He's going to get to Alex Reed.
And
there you go.
A really good
Connor Hume there. Senior Connor Hume. So we've had kind of a senior show so far, you know, as we talked about it being a youth movement. You know, there are a lot of seniors on the front lines. So as you get towards the second, third lines, you know, guys coming in, you know, you get to more of the youth. But, you know, the seniors are really the guys taking over this team. You know, you want to have them, you know, it's their last ride. They're the guys who want to be out there. They're the guys who want to be scoring. You know, it's a team game, but, you know, for them, this is their last season. This is, you know, they're stepping up in the way that Coach Rubio wants them to step up.
It was a really good job by Connor Hume to be able to just take the pass, not even cradle it, and just get it right back into the net in what it looks like less than a second. So, very good job. Props to him on that goal.
We're going to get the Hill Academy. Parker Key picks the ball up, but it will be Hill Academy ball on the hold. So down by 5, about 5 minutes left in the third, so you have about 17 minutes left, you know, in the game. This is where defense wins championships. You know, it's the first game of the year, but, you know, you really like this test on your defense as well as on your offense. But, you know, especially your defense, you're looking at them and saying, okay, go make a stop, you know. Put a stop on top one after another. And that's really going to be a key to success for the Dons here is, you know, they can't win a track meet, obviously, right now. I mean, if they trade goals, they're going to lose by 5, no matter how many goals they put up. So really something big is we had a great defensive play there.
Yeah. Speaking of championships, and the lookout for the MIAA overall this year, Loyola is not really favored in the search for that ship. It's led by teams like Calvert Hall and McDonough and Boys Latin, who are at the top of the national rankings, not just the MIAA, as the MIAA is, you know, consistently ranked in the top tier of high school lacrosse. But those 3 teams are really leading the pack for the MIAA this year.
For sure, if Loyola's in, you know, another, you know, conference, it's, you know, it's a different story. They're probably the top dogs, and they probably have been for a few years. But they play in such a competitive, you know, division, the MIAA, but that's what you like about it. It's competitive ball. It's every player on the field is pretty much going to a Division 1, 2, or 3 school, and these are guys that they love lacrosse. As Alex Reed is just holding the ball back there.
I think he's wasted about 15 seconds standing behind the goal looking for an open opportunity. I'm not sure if this is something they drew up or he genuinely can't find an open man.
I have a feeling that this is definitely something they drew up because as they're going to put the shot clock on, so now as Alex Reed's now just running around the back, you know, it's not like he's unable to run around as that was.
Don't think that play worked the way they wanted it to as Alex delivered. I really couldn't tell if that was a shot or pass. He just delivered sort of underhand ball that lost possession briefly for the Dons.
It seems the ref yelled no shot clock, so the shot clock is taken off. As now they're going to get another shot at it, just off by Alex Bresch. He just missed the goal. So here we have another opportunity as the Dons. Alex Reeds really was looking, you know, that possession. So we have a turnover by the Dons, and then they're going to counter it with a turnover of their own. So sloppy play by both teams there. But Alex Reed, you know, 2 times put the ball on the ground, both times trying to pass or shoot. But, you know, it's a good tactic. Sometimes, you know, you want to, the goalie's looking up, you know, his eyes are up top. He's looking for the ball to fly up there. You know, you can sneak it underneath him. We've seen the Hill do that a few times. But definitely, you know, it didn't work the first time. I was hoping it would work the second time. As Loyola will get the ball back. Definitely 2 minutes left. If you're Loyola, you want 2 goals in the remainder without allowing a goal.
Yeah.
going down 3 into the fourth quarter wouldn't be the worst thing.
Feed it to your top guys. Feed it to your playmakers. Get something done before the end of the third quarter.
You know, you talked about, you know, guys getting the ball to your playmakers. As we're going to get the ball talked to Jack Chorus. He's going to pass it to Bresci. You know, got to feel like as Ryan Dunn has the ball, he's someone that you've got to be focused on getting the ball to. He's really been impressive in this game, having numerous opportunities, converting on 2 of them. And so if you're the Dons, I feel like you've kind of got to, you know, give the ball to Dunn if you're needing a last-second goal. You know, he's definitely someone who's shown he has the hot hand today.
Yeah. And Loyola took about a minute off the clock from the 2 minutes that were left. Just about 1:10 remaining in the third quarter. And they don't want to force any. I think that's what they're saying now is they don't want to force anything in the goal that would lead to a change of possession, but get one good shot. And that was the opportunity right there. But another really good save by Hill Academy's goalkeeper. And
yeah.
He's had a fantastic day so far.
Dobson has been incredibly impressive. Really been able to just take over a game. You know, he's shown that ability. And Loyola could easily have about 7 or 8 goals, but Dobson's been putting on incredible saves. Really showing off great stick work. You know, the big thing is he's getting his stick on. He's not letting the ball come to his body. He's not chancing that. He's been getting his stick on pretty much everything, and that's big.
Not even just his stick. He's putting his body in front of the ball, which, you know, with the lacrosse ball going top speeds at you, it can be daunting, but, you know, he's putting his body out there, not letting anything go in his net.
So we got only a few seconds left. Williams takes a rip, and it's going to get by Curl Price.
Took a bounce right before. It took a bounce inside the crease. Curl expecting it to continue to bounce as he stayed low, but it went high and finished in the top of the net. Curl wishes he could have that back. That's going to extend Hill's lead by 6 goals. Yeah. Up now 10-4 with 5 seconds left. Yep. So now not really enough time for a goal to happen in this third quarter. So the Dons have to look ahead to the fourth quarter. One last period, down by 6. They got to get something going to stay in this game.
Yeah, that's definitely something. You know, as you said, Curl's going to want back. But Williams, you know, that was a beautiful shot. You know, he knows that he has the opportunity as Hill Academy. The ball will just kind of roll around as the third quarter will end. Hill Academy up 10-4. Definitely not easy, but still possible for the Dons.
Yeah, I think, you know, every team at this point still has a chance to get something done. Down by 6, you know, Loyola was down by 8 last year. Managed to get it within 2. So, you know, hopefully the Dons can get something done, and I'm sure that's what they're talking about. You know, during the end of this quarter right now is to say, keep your head up. There should be no reason why the head should be down. You should keep playing with the same intensity, if not even more, than you started the game with. And I'm sure these guys want this game as bad as anyone.
Yes, and really that is something big. You know, the Dons. You know, we want to get momentum back. You really do. You don't want to allow the Hill Academy to score early because that can just pretty much deflate everything. Yeah. That, you know,
I think if Hill,
everything you have possible of gaining.
I think if Hill comes out and scores 1 or 2 goals, you know, it's almost it's out of reach at that point. And that's what happened at the beginning of the third quarter when the Dons were down 8-3 and they looked to get something done to cut into that lead, but Hill was able to make it 9-3 before the Dons could get something back in that beautiful interception by Hill Academy, cutting off all the momentum for Loyola.
Yeah, we talked about before, you know, these huge game moments like at the end of the first half and at the end of the third quarter, you know, Hill having the ball with seconds ticking off, and they were able to capitalize on both of those. So we're going to get the face-off as the Hill Academy will get possession. It's still a scrum down there. and looking for the ball. Hill Academy will gain possession.
Then the long pole faceoff guy is going to stay, but his stick is going to get smacked out of his hands.
Definitely a more aggressive defense by the Dons. They're going out. They're not letting the Hill Academy bring the fight to them. They're bringing the fight to the Hill Academy starting this fourth quarter.
And that's what they need to be doing. Down by 6, 1 quarter left. They need to be as aggressive as they possibly can to put this game within reach.
Yeah. And as I was saying earlier, those 2 goals at the end, if they don't happen, it's just a 4-goal game. And while that's still a, pretty decent deficit, it's not nearly as big
so Hill
as
just
now the 7.
Just worked it around, found their guy at the top of the arc, and just able to let one rip. As, those are hard to save, top corner of the goal. And that's really going to put a damper on things for the Dons. Now down by 7. It's getting a little out of reach for Loyola.
Definitely, but in lacrosse, as we said before, you're able to just get the face-offs, time after time. So while Hill Academy could potentially run away with this, the Dons still have an opportunity. Say they get a few face-offs in a row, get a few goals. They're not out of this. However, definitely something you got to think about was what a big coaching decision by the Hill Academy to switch out face-off guys. That's a little decision, It might not always go in the box score, but it's something that it really made an impact. Loyola was winning almost every single face-off. All of a sudden, they bring in new face-off guy, James Turco, and momentum shifted. They were able to get every face-off since then for the most part, and that's a huge advantage if you're the Hill Academy. So the Dons are going to keep the ball up top. Robbie Olsen's going to bring it in, gets hit, falls.
Now the Dons really want to get something going. They want to get a shot on goal as quick as possible, as the temperatures have only gotten colder. Nothing has gotten warmer here on Hargaden. And I'm sure that's taken an effect on both teams. Probably more so on Loyola, though, as Hill's used to this temperature. They're used to the cold. They're coming down from Ontario, Canada, which is not exactly known for its warm temperatures and sunny beaches.
Yeah. So there you have it. We're going to have a hold on the Hill Academy. Looked as if he grabbed Alex Reed's face mask, so that's not allowed as the flag was thrown. So
Loyola's going to have a man-up opportunity now, and there's no time like a man-up opportunity to get 1 or 2 goals on the board.
So Hill's going to bring in another long poleman, really try to
formation. They're going to be in a 2-1-2. Again, not let stuff go around the outside, but just don't let anything go in the box. It's another good save by Dobson from Hill Academy. Just really put his knee in front of that ball and get it out of their side of the field.
And at the most, we have the Dons will get a little collision there, and that's going to lead to a big hit.
That's going to be a penalty on Loyola as his check got into the helmet of Hill Academy. But it looked like a goal-preventing penalty there.
Yeah, it's a goal-saving penalty.
He was really running away with it and had an opportunity to score. So, smart penalty from Loyola to put him out of contest there. So it's going to be Loyola's going to be man down for this minute. Not what they wanted, but if they get a stop here, then that penalty was well worth it.
So we'll see what kind of strategy the Dons will impose here, because as we, Loyola hasn't really had a man-down opportunity like this. They haven't really had too many penalties where they've been a man down. So, definitely interesting. We see they're kind of going with what the Hill had, a little 2-1-2. Looks like the Hill's just going back and forth for a little bit, trying to just, waste any time. And they're just going to sling it right by Carl Price as Lucas Snyder strikes again.
Unlike Loyola, Hill was able to work it around from behind on that man-up opportunity and capitalize on an opportunity that Loyola was not. that Loyola has not capitalized on a few times. They've had numerous times in these man-ups where they just weren't able to score in times that they probably should have.
So now we'll get right back to the face-off.
Now down by 8 with 9 minutes left. Now it's getting to the point. Again, anything can happen, but it's not getting down to the point of no return.
Yeah, definitely, as we are going to have, a hold on the Hill Academy. Alex Bresci will get the ball. Loyola gets possession. Ryan Dunn.
Good pick there from Alex Bresci, freeing up Dunn.
So right back to Dunn. It's going to pass it off to Bresci. Hits it up to Bateman.
Now Liam Bateman looking to put the moves on, trying to free up, get a shot on goal. Feeds it behind Alex Reed.
To Ryan Dunn to Jack Horace. And then there you have it, Alex Bresci able to strike. Get the Dons to 5 goals. Still a huge deficit, but
yeah, it was
never know.
And even if Loyola takes a loss here, they certainly want to keep working on, the fundamentals of lacrosse. And that was a good little set piece that they had. Guys have cut in from the corners, from the inside, cut out from the inside, and working around. And it was a pretty goal.
So big face-off here. If you're Loyola, definitely want to get this one if you have any chance of even closing this deficit, to a more manageable game. It looks like they will be able to do that as Jack Course puts some moves on, but unable to get by his defender. Now looks
good checking there from Hill Academy. Able to stop Jack Course in his tracks.
Yeah, Matt Wright really did a great job staying in front of Course there. As Bateman's got to come right back up, look to score, and there it is, Connor Hume. So within about 20 seconds.
That's his second goal today. And another very impressive one is he was able to cut right across the inside, unbeknownst to Hill, as they did not slide effectively, freeing up Connor, allowing him to get the tap-in goal.
And the Dons starting to get a little life, maybe a little too late, but you love to see it if you're the coaching staff, seeing that your guys do have the ability to get this little fire in you. Definitely 2 goals in about 30 seconds is
I don't know.
Very welcome.
Maybe we spoke too soon about putting the game away. I don't know. Down by 6, 8 minutes left. Maybe the Dons can dig deep and find a comeback.
Yeah, this would definitely be an impressive one. Obviously still a huge hole to dig out of, but nothing is impossible. 8 minutes left. Got 2/3 of a quarter left as the Dons are unable to get that one. Well, there will be a penalty, and the Dons will get the ball back. Whoa, nice move by Alex Bresci. Easily gets by the defender. We're going to get a flag thrown. So it looks like the Dons may be getting a man up within the next few seconds.
That's exactly what they need. If they want this comeback to come to any fruition, is another man-up opportunity. But they need to capitalize where they haven't been previously on these man-up opportunities.
Yeah, it seems as if the Dons have, really struggled as that shot goes nowhere.
Looks like it fell a little bit out of his stick before he took that shot, causing it to go way high.
So we are going to have a 30-second man-up opportunity for the Dons. See if they can capitalize here. Definitely, as you said, 7:19 left, down by 6. You want to get a goal here before the 7-minute mark if you really want to make this even a possibility to come back.
So now that Reed pumps a pass.
Yeah, Alex Reed's been really getting his pump fake work in here today, as we saw him at one point was literally sitting there, as that's going to be a turnover.
A bad pass causes a turnover. That's devastating for Loyola. You can't make mistakes like that when you're trying to make this comeback. You're man up, and you just make a poor pass, causing a turnover.
Yeah, especially, as you said, in this kind of situation. So we have now the Dons will get
a mental miscommunication there. as Hills stepped over the midfield line, causing a turnover. But now the referees are going to talk it over to see if it actually happened.
Well, that is huge if this call stands, because had the referees not had to talk it over, Loyola would be, and they're going to reverse the call.
With Hill. That's a controversial call to the dismay of Loyola, as it looked like there were 7 men on one side of the field. I'm not sure what they saw there.
So now they're going to talk it over. You know, Hill Academy wanted to get the ball going a little bit right there, but the refs would not allow them.
I think what happened there was Hills making a substitution at the time that they stepped over the midfield line.
Yeah,
so it wasn't actually a penalty, but, you know.
Yeah, just a little, you know, the refs do the right thing, you know. One guy blows the whistle because he's unsure, and then he says, okay, now let's all bring it back in. A great save by Curl Price as Don's, you know, still staying in this thing a little bit. You know, it's a big deficit. We're going to get the ball downfield real fast. Great
good
check.
There. Another good check.
Somehow Alex Bresci, then we're going to get a timeout as Jack Horse, would be able to.
I think that was a good timeout from Loyola's end, as Course definitely did not have clean possession of that. It got checked twice, came out twice, able to have it for that brief moment, allowing Loyola to call a timeout and maintain possession.
Yeah, and I mean, right here, you know, if you're Coach Rubio, you're really talking to your guys saying, okay, you know, 6 minutes, 6 goals down. Just play your game. Play your game, but play a little bit more aggressive. You know, we talk about all the time, you know, quality over quantity. But maybe right here you're going, okay, maybe we go a little more quantity over quality, because you don't really have time to be looking for the absolute best shot. You know, you just got to get it and rip it.
That's absolutely right. Loyola needs to start. Yeah, and they've had good shots all game. They've had plenty of opportunities. It's been plenty of man-up opportunities. We've stressed that enough. But, you know, they've had shots on goal. It's just not able to capitalize. And, you know, sometimes that's the way it goes. Take shots, do everything you can. It's just not falling. But now they certainly need to amp up the amount of shots that they're taking and hope for the best.
So as we pass the 6-minute mark remaining in regulation, Dons will start the possession off by tossing it around, not really looking too aggressive as Alex Bresci steps in.
Speed there. Takes a pass, but it's deflected by a Hill defender, going right into the stick of the Hill goalie.
And really, right now, if we're picking an MVP, it's got to be Dobson, for the Hill Academy goalie. I mean, he's just had numerous save after save. You know, every time the Dons look like they're gaining momentum, every time they have a fast break, he's just been incredible at keeping the Dons controlled. So Hill Academy's going to back off a little. Carter Brand passing it off to Josh Zawanda. So the Hill Academy will just keep the ball. You know, they're not really trying to push anything right now. They're really trying to stay off, look for any opportunities. They have a shot on goal, and that will be Carter Brand with able to capitalize on the opportunity. Definitely not what the Dons wanted. Is that all but seals this game? You know, 4:47 left in regulation, down by 7. Not the position the Dons wanted to find themselves in. However, definitely still a lot to take away from this game. You know, it's a very good Hill Academy team. But we still have pretty much 5 minutes left in the game. You know, can't cross out miracles, but it's not looking good for the Dons. Not where they want to find themselves as we head towards the face-off.
You know, below 5 minutes, we do want to take a minute to thank all the guys on our production team that allowed this allowed this whole broadcast to be possible, especially the Fathers Club providing us with the materials to broadcast. Guys, Matt Moore, Darren Anderson on the production staff. And Lenny Schmalka running the camera. So we appreciate you guys. I want to wish you the best.
So the Hill Academy takes over after a save by Dobson again. So here come the as there's going to be a turnover, the Hill Academy will keep possession. So Hill Academy will take it up top. Waste time at this point. You know, maybe some guys that wouldn't normally be playing in a closely contested game are out there. Trying to get a shot. They're more looking to, you know, get some offense, you know, pass it around, not necessarily score. You're up by 7, 3.5 minutes left. You're not trying to put points on the board, you know. You're trying to just get out of here, avoid any injuries. And, you know, for both teams, that was, you know, especially for Loyola, that's one of the bright spots in the game is there was no injuries. You know, they have Alex Sarasoli and Will Kors already out for a few games to start off the season. You know, that's 2 key players, 2 starters, and, you know, that just adds fuel to the fire, you know, if you lose someone in week 1. So we're going to get a penalty on Loyola. We will get another man-up situation for the Hill Academy with 3 minutes to go in the game. Definitely the turning point in this game was definitely when the Hill Academy decided to sub in James Turco as the face-off man. You know, from that moment on, they were really able to get possession pretty much any time they wanted without giving up the ball. And, you know, they were able to put together 2, 3, 4 consecutive, you know, times where they were able to score and then immediately get the ball back. As nice, impressive steal there by defenseman Reed Delanoy. And there we go again.
By Dobson. I think we've said that probably about 100 times this match over. A good save by Dobson. I mean, he's had a hell of a game.
So Dobson's gonna pretty much win our MVP for the game. It's impressive what he did. You know, made a very impressive attack by Loyola. A lot of different, you know, perspectives coming. You know, a lot of different angles. Loyola is very good at creating opportunities. They have so many playmakers, and for him to pretty much shut him down, hold him to 6 goals. Now that was definitely, you know, huge for them. You know, you have a few exceptions. I mean, Ryan Dunn's initial goal, the behind the back, between the legs, whatever you want to call that. There are a lot of people who can only dream of pulling something like that off. So you can't really put that on Dobson. That just happens.
Yeah, over the course of a game, that stuff happens. Guys get good shots, good looks on goal. It's nothing you can really do.
So we are going to get a 30-second penalty on Loyola once again.
So that's going to just about eliminate any shred that they have of coming back into this game. But, you know, there's still never a wrong time to keep playing, keep your head up. You know, they've played a good game against number 6 ranked nationally Hill Academy, and that's something impressive. You put 6 goals up on these guys. Obviously not the result you wanted, and a little bit more of a deficit than it was last year. But like Coach Rober said, that was a whole different group of guys last year, and they just have to work on what was working for them and what will continue to work for them for the rest of the season. Obviously, you know, it's a non-conference game. It's not going to affect their standing in the MIAA. It's going to affect their standing on the national level a little bit. But you can't keep your head down. You have to keep moving forward for the rest of the season. Take what you've learned from this game and put that on your mindset for the rest of the non-conference games and the MIAA.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, you're getting back in 2-3 weeks. You're getting back Alex Sarasoli. You're getting back Will Kors. Two main guys on your team that it really hurt not having, because they're guys that you rely on game in, game out to produce for you. So getting those guys back will certainly help the Dons, as we are going to get under 40 seconds here. Just the final countdown. At this point, you're just...
And they're going to pull Carl Price out.
So we got some aggressive
So
defense by
see if they
both.
can get one more goal back, and it's another turnover. So Hill is just going to stand with the ball, take this to the last second.
It's kind of fitting that in the final seconds of the game, Dobson would have the ball in his stick. Definitely the MVP, as that will end the game here. The Loyola Dons will fall to the Hill Academy by a final score of 13-6. Definitely looking to come back out next time, get a win, try to get on the right track for the season.
So with that, that's going to wrap up our broadcast here. So we'll see you next time. Again, I'm Hayden Young alongside Zach Bollinger. We're signing off on the LSN Network. Thanks.